Welcome back to Whispers of Turkish Stars. I'm so glad you're here with me today, because we're about to untangle one of those tantalizing mysteries that keep the fandom buzzing. The whispers have turned into a steady drumbeat across forums and timelines, and they all point to the same rumor, a secret surrounding Erkan Merrick and Hazal Sabesay's new series. Yes, that is exactly what people are saying. After all the affection and nostalgia we've poured on them since Adeniz and Koi, it looks like the door to their long-awaited reunion may be opening, only this time, the story might hide a twist no one saw coming. If you adore these two, or if you simply live for the spark of a well-sourced rumor, you're in the right place. Get comfortable, treat yourself to something nice, and before we dive into the details, a quick reminder. If you haven't already, subscribe to Whispers of Turkish Stars and turn on notifications so you never miss a heartbeat of this saga. Now, let's step right into the center of the storm. The rumor that ignited the frenzy is simple on its face. Hazal Sabesay is said to be headlining a brand new series. The part that lights up every corner of the fan universe? The strongest chatter says her co-star would be none other than Erkan Merrick. Imagine that rush. Their partnership was the heartbeat of a phenomenon, and their on-screen bond carried an entire audience on its shoulders. Every time a reunion seems even remotely possible, expectations rise like a wave ready to break. But there's a second layer that turns curiosity into full-blown intrigue. People close to the situation keep hinting that Erkan's role in this project could run deeper than a leading man's duties. That secret everyone keeps darting around might be precisely that. His involvement beyond what we see in front of the camera. Where did this all begin? A few weeks back, murmurs started that Hazal was in talks for a new drama, with top production houses following closely. Nothing shocking there, she's a magnet for big offers. But as soon as Erkan's name slipped into the conversation, what seemed like a straightforward casting possibility took on new dimensions. First, the talk was all about recapturing the magic. Could the beloved pair share the screen again? Then, gradually, the tone of the whispers shifted. The insider gossip wasn't about a surprise cameo or a playful reunion meant to stir headlines. The secret, they say, is creative power. Some claim Erkan could be stepping into the director's chair for select episodes, a role he's reportedly explored as a passion behind the scenes. Others insist he's been giving notes on story and structure, perhaps even co-developing core elements. And then there's the bold theory. The one that keeps getting reposted with a half-shocked, half-thrilled tone, that he could be investing or acting as an executive producer. If that's true, it would mean a serious level of control over the soul of the project. Think about what that implies. If Erkan really is involved at that depth, this wouldn't just be a win for fans who've been waiting for a reunion, it would signal ambition and range. It would suggest a series shaped with intention, anchored by a vision that isn't just about playing a role, but about building a world. It could mean a bolder story, layered characters, and a narrative voice with edges we haven't heard from them before. It didn't help calm things down when paparazzi spotted Erkan heading into offices typically associated with producers and writers, not film sets. There were no clapboards, no wardrobe racks, no lights. Just low-key entrances, intense conversations, and guarded exits. Even as the photos revealed little in the way of concrete proof, they fanned the rumors like wind on a spark. At nearly the same time, social media posts from a couple of writers the pair have either known or been linked to in the past appeared with perfectly timed vagueness. Short messages about an unexpected collaboration, a story that found the right home, and two powerful energies aligning landed like breadcrumbs in a forest. Why would Erkan carry this quietly, if it's true? There are plenty of reasons to keep a lid on things. Studios love to hold surprises for the right moment, dropping news precisely when it can make the biggest wave. Contracts take time, deals need language hammered out to the last comma. There's also the personal side. Sometimes artists want to protect the work while it's still fragile, shaping it in private before inviting the world to watch. If Erkan is balancing acting with a behind-the-scenes role, it would be natural to wait until every piece fits before making it official. Now, what would this mean for the show itself and for them, as artists and as a duo? If Erkan has a voice in writing or directing, it could give the entire production an unusual clarity. We already know his screen presence. Quietly intense when needed, playful when the moment calls for it, and always rooted in sincerity. The possibility of guiding the narrative from the other side of the lens could unlock new shades of storytelling. Imagine a project where he doesn't just breathe life into a character, but also shapes the rhythm of the scenes, the rise and fall of emotion, the interior worlds that characters don't always speak out loud. And for Hazal, partnering with him in that kind of space could be its own masterclass. She's meticulous, instinctive, and precise. Having a collaborator who understands the anatomy of a scene from multiple angles could elevate what she already does so beautifully. Their existing trust, built over years of fan love and shared history, could transform into performances that feel at once intimate and enormous. On-screen chemistry is rare. On-screen chemistry informed by shared authorship is rarer still. Let's not forget the fans' role in all this. The mere hint of a reunion would have been enough to set off a tidal wave of excitement on its own. Add in this notion of a hidden level of involvement, and now you have not just hope, but a puzzle. People are unpacking every image, translating every post, comparing old interviews to new behavior, and spinning theories with the energy of a fandom that never really quieted down. But a word of caution belongs here too. At this point, we're still dealing with whispers, not press releases. As credible as some sources sound and as compelling as the trail of clues may be, no official statement has been issued by the production or by the actors themselves. The smart move is to keep excitement in one hand and patience in the other. When this kind of buzz takes hold, it often means something real is brewing, but only time will tell what shape it finally takes. So what could the tone of this project be, if everything we're hearing lines up? One idea floating around is a drama with a humorous pulse, something with heart, wit, and the kind of maturity that reflects where both artists are now. Another possibility is a leap into fresh territory, a genre they haven't tried together, designed to surprise people who think they've already seen every note they can play. The fun part is that any of these paths could work if the vision is coherent and brave. If Erkan truly has a hand in conceptualizing the story, then you can imagine character arcs planned with almost architectural care, motivations that aren't just about what a character wants, but why their past keeps tugging on the present, relationships built on small, human gestures that explode into big decisions, the kind of stakes that feel personal rather than purely sensational. If he's part of directing, even for a few episodes, then pacing, framing, and tone could tilt toward a lived-in realism, the kind that lets performances breathe and silences speak. Meanwhile, Hazal anchoring the series as its lead could allow layers we haven't seen in a while to unfold. She has a way of making strength and vulnerability coexist in a single glance. Under the eye of someone who knows her rhythms and wants to build a world worthy of them. That quality could become the show's signature. Pull back for a moment and consider the larger picture. If these rumors solidify into fact, the industry will take notice. Actors moving fluidly between performing and producing, between scene work and story work, represent a shift we're seeing worldwide. It's a bet on voice, on authorship. It tells audiences, this isn't just a job, it's a point of view. And when that point of view belongs to two people with an undeniable connection, the anticipation becomes more than nostalgia, it becomes curiosity about what they want to say now. For those asking, why the cloak and dagger? There's a strategic logic. Teasing a reunion without naming it keeps the conversation alive without tying the hands of anyone behind the curtain. It lets the team sharpen the pitch, line up schedules, lock down contracts, and choose the perfect moment to go from rumor to reveal. And if Erkan really is stepping into a role that carries creative authority, announcing it with the right flourish can shape the narrative of the entire release cycle. We also have to acknowledge the emotional side of this. Fans don't just want any reunion, they want a meaningful one. They want a project that respects what made them fall for this duo while giving them something they haven't had before. If this mystery pans out, that's exactly what could be on the horizon, a story built in partnership, with both stars giving input from the foundation up. So here's the short version. After our long journey through the rumor mill, the core intrigue around Hazal Subas's new series is the possibility that Erkan Marik's contribution may reach far beyond a leading performance. Theories range from him shepherding episodes as a director, to co-authoring or guiding the narrative, to investing or serving as an executive producer. Every new sighting, every ambiguous post, has poured fuel on that fire. None of it is official yet. But even as a possibility, it's electrifying. What would you want this series to feel like if their reunion really happens? Do you picture a grounded drama with textured humor? A sweeping romance that refuses to be naive? Or should they take a sharp turn into a completely different genre to rewrite expectations altogether? The canvas is wide, and that's half the thrill. As we wait, one thing is certain: the conversation is already shaping the moment to come. Every rumor, every piece of speculation, every late-night theory thread proves how much space these two occupy in the collective imagination. And if the secret really is what many think it is, if Erkan's fingerprints are on more than just his character, then this could be the rare reunion that doesn't simply repeat old magic, but casts a new spell from the ground up. We'll keep watching every breadcrumb and cross-referencing every clue. As soon as something concrete drops, you know we'll be here to unpack every line, every title card, every name in the credits. Until then, let's dream responsibly and speculate with joy. Tell me in the comments what you believe the secret is. Do you think Erkan is preparing to direct certain episodes? Could he be co-writing the pilot? Is an executive producer credit on the table? And what kind of role would you love to see Hazal inhabit this time, fierce and unflinching, or tender and complicated, or all of the above? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the rumor that has everyone talking, tap like and share this with your friends who never stopped rooting for these two. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Whispers of Turkish Stars and switch on notifications, because the moment the silence breaks, you'll want to hear it here first. Thank you for spending your time with me today, for your energy, your theories, and your trust. I'll see you in the next video with more stories, more clues, and more of the drama we love to untangle. Until then, keep your ears open, your hearts ready, and your timeline refreshed, because this secret, whatever it is, feels closer than ever.